Hello you guys, this is Teacher Chris and this is Fundamentals of English course code V21102 and welcome to our week 7 and week 8. Number 1, always dress properly. Guys, please remember, this is still a class. And I'd really appreciate if you would wake up early, take a bath, and dress properly and prepare for our online class. Number 2, always be polite. Respect your teachers and your classmates. Rude words and bad words are a no-no. This is our online class and you have to respect everyone in it, including those teachers who are watching, those teachers who are visiting, and those teachers who are observing our class. Always do your work. Remember, all work and output have a deadline. So if you're not able to do it within the deadline, that is a minus point on you. And number 4, when in doubt, always ask information. You could ask your classmates, but the best way to know about the project or about the output presentation is through me. So please, don't be shy, don't hesitate to message me online or comment on our Google Classroom page. Hello you guys! So for this week objective is to speak and write properly to exchange information about one's preference in various situations. Before we go to this week's topic, allow me to review first the last week's topic. So last week we talked about present continuous, okay? So now, let's talk about the uses of present continuous. Number 1 use of present continuous is now, to express the idea that something is happening right now, at this very moment. It can also use to express that something is not happening now, like for negative statement. Let's take a look at the following examples. You are learning English now. You are learning English now. You are not swimming now. You are not swimming now. So the first example is a positive statement and the second statement is a negative statement because of not. They are not watching television. They are not watching television. What are you doing? This is interrogative form of sentence. The next use of present continuous is for longer actions in progress now. We use it to say that we are doing a longer action which is in progress. So in English, the word now could mean this second, today, this month, this year, this century, and so on. Like the following examples. I am studying to become a doctor. I am studying to become a doctor. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you are, as of speaking, you are studying to become a doctor, but you are in the idea of now, like what you are doing this year or maybe this month. Number 2, I am reading a very interesting book called Tom Sawyer. I am reading a very interesting book called Tom Sawyer. So even though you're talking to your teacher or you're talking to a friend, you can tell them or you can tell him or her that you are reading a book. Even though you are having lunch with your friends and with your teacher, you can tell them about what you are reading. Are you working at any special project at school? Number 3, are you working at any special project at school? This is a question, and even though the answer, for example, the answer is yes. Even though you are having coffee at the cafeteria, you can still say that yes, I am working for a special project at school. I'm not reading any books right now. I'm not reading any books right now. The next use of present continuous is about the near future. Sometimes we use this to indicate that something will or will not happen in the near future. Like the following examples. I am meeting some friends after school. I am meeting some friends after school. So even though that you are talking right now, you can tell your friends that you are planning to meet someone after school because you are still under the idea of now. Number 2, aren't you coming with us tonight? Aren't you coming with us tonight? This is a question or an interrogative form of a sentence. He is visiting his parents in the province next week. He is visiting his parents in the province next week. I'm not going to the party tonight. I'm not going to the party tonight. So the next use of present continuous is about repetition. We use it with words such as always or constantly to express the idea that something irritating or shocking often happens, like the following examples. He is always coming to class late. He is always coming to class late. He is constantly telling different stories. He is constantly telling different stories. Number 3, she is always thinking bad about the situation. She is always thinking bad about the situation. Number 4, she is constantly posting negative comments on social media. She is constantly posting negative comments on social media. So the following statements are defined shocking or irritating because this is not normal things to do for a teenager or for a person. So you can use present continuous to describe something that is bothering you or something that keeps on happening over and over again. There! So welcome for this week's grammar input. So for this week, we are going to talk about gerunds and infinitives. Say it again. Gerunds and infinitives. So what is gerund? Let's take a look. Gerund is a noun made up from a verb by adding ing. We can use gerund as the subject, the complement, or the object of a sentence. Again, we can use gerund as subject, the complement, or the object of a sentence. Let's take a look how we can use them. Reading helps you learn English. Reading helps you learn English. Reading right over here is used as subject. Number 2, her favorite hobby is reading. Her favorite hobby is reading. Reading right here in this particular sentence is used as a complement. Number 3, I enjoy reading. I enjoy reading. So the reading right here functions as an object of the sentence. Now, what is infinitive? Let's take a look. An infinitive is the to form of the verb. Again, it is the to form of the verb. You can also use an infinitive as subject, the complement, or the object of a sentence. Again, you can also use infinitive as the subject, the complement, or the object of the sentence. Let's take a look at the following statements. Number 1, to learn is important. To learn is important. So the infinitive here in this sentence is the word to learn. And this particular sentence, to learn, acts as the subject of the sentence. Number 2, the most important thing is to learn. The most important thing is to learn. Now to learn here acts like the complement. And number 3, he wants to learn. And to learn right over here acts as the object of the sentence. Now, both gerunds and infinitives can be used as the subject or the complement of a sentence. They can be both used as subject and the complement of the sentence. However, as subjects or complements, gerunds usually sound more like normal spoken English, whereas infinitives sound more abstract. Like the following example. Learning is important. This is a normal subject. But when we change it to learn is important, this is somehow less common. Then the most important thing is learning. This is the normal complement. And the most important thing is to learn. And this is the less common or as an abstract complement. As the object of a sentence, it is more difficult to choose between a gerund or an infinitive. In such situations, gerunds and infinitives are not normally interchangeable. They don't mean the same. Usually, the main verb in the sentence determines whether you use a gerund or an infinitive. So it's up entirely to the main verb of the sentence. Like the following example. He enjoys swimming. He enjoys swimming. So the main verb here is enjoys. So when we have enjoy, the verb enjoy, we have to use a gerund. Next, he wants to swim. He wants to swim. Now if we use the verb want, then we should use infinitive. Now, you can check the link below to know more about the verbs that require gerunds or infinitives. Now let's take a look at these following verbs. Now in the blue box, we have enjoy, suggest, keep, avoid, imagine, practice. Again, we have enjoy, suggest, keep, avoid, imagine, and practice. These following verbs, when used in a sentence, requires a gerund. However, the words or the verbs here inside the red box, which are want, need, agree, care, decide, hope, when used in a sentence, requires an infinitive. Now let's practice. He enjoys blank. He enjoys blank. So what do you think should follow? A gerund or an infinitive? In this particular sentence, it should be a gerund. He enjoys reading. He enjoys reading. Next example, River wants blank to the beach. River wants blank to the beach. So what do you think should we use? In this particular sentence, we should use an infinitive. River wants to go to the beach. River wants to go to the beach. Next, she keeps blank for joy. She keeps blank for joy. In this particular sentence, we should use a gerund. She keeps jumping for joy. She keeps jumping for joy. Number 4. The teacher agrees blank the class. The teacher agrees blank the class. So in this particular sentence, we should use, correct, an infinitive. The teacher agrees to help the class. The teacher agrees to help the class. Number 5, they practice blank sing every day. They practice blank every day. What do you think should we use? An infinitive or a gerund? In this particular sentence, we should use a gerund. They practice singing every day. They practice singing every day. So that ends our day 1. So I hope you guys enjoy our video for today. I hope you learned so much again for today. So don't forget to check our previous videos if you need more clarifications, or you can message me or ask me anytime about what you don't understand 100% about our lesson. So please, as I always tell you, stay at home, and if you don't need to go out, stay there. Find plenty of things to do, help around the house, help your mom and your dad in the house chores, learn a new skill like cooking. I know you enjoy so much playing computer games. Please, take it slow, don't play too much. So this has been Teacher Chris, and this is Fundamentals of English, course code E21102. I see you in the next one.